Boston mayoral candidate John Barrows is our guest this morning. Let's go on the record. The city's former chief of economic development has a numbers problem. He's down in the polls heading into Tuesday's preliminary election. Can he turn things around? Can he make the final? He's here to make his case. Let's go on the record.
From WCVB Channel 5, the inside word from Washington to Beacon Hill. Today's newsmakers are going on the record.
Welcome to OTR. I'm Ed Harding, along with News Center 5's political reporter Janet Wu. It's great to have you with us. And this is the Sunday before the preliminary election this weekend. It's a special edition of our only topic today is the Boston mayoral race. And with us this morning is candidate John Barrows. He was born in Boston. He served as chief of economic development under former Mayor Marty Walsh. He and his family own and operate Quesadilla. Muy bien? Cesaria.
Yeah.
Muy bien. A restaurant in Dorchester. He's a graduate of Dartmouth, where he majored in economics and African American studies. It's great to have you with us. And here we go. Just now, we're not weeks, months, or years away. We're now hours away.
There we are. It's
great
exciting
to have you with us.
Yeah, it's good to be here.
All the work for the last year almost is now coming to fruition. So thanks for being with us. Housing is the #1 problem in Boston. Why are your ideas to meet the burgeoning crisis for middle and lower income families better than your opponents?
Yeah, housing is the #1 issue. It is sad, in fact, to watch families have to leave our city. The census showed that we lost about 9,000 black residents from the city of Boston during the last 10 years. We need to address this. It's essential to have housing if you're going to have good health. It's essential to have quality housing if you're going to be able to do well in school. The reason why my plan is better than my opponents is because I have experience building homes. I'm the only candidate in this race that has built homes, that has built affordable housing. Because of the work that I've done in the community, there are families today that have a roof over their head and are not worried about their mortgage cost or their rental payments. They can afford it. And it is important that we build housing that's affordable for our residents today so that our families can stay in Boston.
Give me one example of what you know that they don't know, because you, as you say, you've actually built houses.
Well, I know how to put the people to the table. So for instance, right now the cost of developing housing is too high. We need to bring labor to the table with developers, to the table with those who could possibly create some kind of co-op for us to buy material cheaper. If we can decrease the cost of housing, then we can decrease housing prices that people have to pay. Those are the kinds of things that I understand. I understand that we can use pilot and subsidies to make sure that we have deeper affordable housing. I understand that the city could buy the land, take the land value out of the deal to make sure that people can have affordable housing. These are the kinds of things I've done in the past.
That almost sounds like Mount Olympus, though. You know what I mean? You can't do it, if today is Sunday, you can't do it by Monday. It's going to take a while to turn that truck around. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, no, the things that I'm talking about, I've done. None of these things are things that I haven't done before. And so being able to do them is being able to understand how you put these deals together, bring the stakeholders to the table and do it. I can assure you that we would have higher housing production in my first year. Boston has a shortage of housing. We have more people coming to Boston than we have housing to sell.
How can you assure that?
Because we did it under the Walsh administration. Right. We increased production in housing. No administration has built more housing than we did under the Walsh administration. Now, the problem was we didn't anticipate growth being this much. The McKinsey report that came out most recently said that we should have built 125,000 units. We're only on pace to build about 75,000 units. We're short.
Speaking of, we mentioned in the intro, and you just mentioned you were part of Mayor Walsh's economic development, and you were his economic development chief. You take credit, the collective, you take credit for helping create 140,000 new jobs in the city. So what specifically did you do to make that happen?
Well, I led the effort to help Boston become a headquarter city again. So it was, I led the team in Boston to help attract GE, to help attract PTC, to help attract other, Autodesk is here, Continuum is here. These are companies that I worked on to attract them to Boston, to help make sure that they understood what was happening here, they understood what the city was about, and that we were open for business. It was important, and we repositioned Boston during the Walsh administration and helped create the conditions for 140,000 new jobs to come to our city, new good jobs.
So let's talk about education. The school committee extended Brenda Casilius' contract for 2 more years. She's been here for 3 years. In a debate this past week, you're the only candidate not to give her a grade on her performance over the last 3 years. Give us the grade. How do you think she's done and why?
My answer to that question was I gave the system a failing grade. I gave the system an
But what
F.
about her? What do you give her in light of the fact of what she
In
had
light
to
of the
deal
fact
with?
that she has a system that's not working for our children, in light of the fact that she had a pandemic, I give her a B. I think, in fact, that
So
we need
she
to...
did a good job for the Walsh administration.
I thought she did a good job, yeah. And I think she's a very competent woman, and she clearly has the credentials, and she clearly understands what she needs to do. But we need to support her. We need to support her by making sure that we're investing in new school business. That's not new school buildings. That's not Brenda. That's the city. We need to do that. We need to support her and make sure that her school buses show up on time. That's not Brenda. That's the city.
Investing in new buildings.
And investing in new
So
buildings.
constructing buildings. Where's the money for that coming from?
So we are a city that has had 7 years of AAA bond rating, and I'm really proud of that record, having run a really good fiscal financial ship for the city of Boston in partnership with the Walsh administration. Because of that, we have a strong balance sheet, and so we can in fact float debt to make sure that we can raise $4 billion to invest in new school buildings in all of our neighborhoods.
So who's responsible for the buses, so many buses being late and kids out there waiting for 2 hours plus for buses this past week on the first day of school? Is it Brenda? Is Casilius? Or is it Kim Janey? Or is it someone else?
Well, as you heard from...
Where does the buck end? Where does it stop?
As you heard from the acting mayor a couple of days ago, she talked about being in the negotiation with bus drivers. She talked about calling to make sure that we had capacity and being. So the mayor has to play a leadership role. Mm-hmm. Brenda can't worry about buses. We've got to handle those contracts. We've got to be in the room to make sure that we're solving the operational issues. She is the head of our school system. We need to give her a school system that works. Right now, busing is failing our children. That is the exact intervention that we put in place to help make sure that the distribution of resources was fair, that people can get to good schools. It's not working. We need to give her a system that works. We need to invest in schools. We have schools right now without AC in 90-degree weather. How can a teacher teach? How can a student learn?
How can a student learn?
Yeah, you can't do that, right? We have students in schools wearing masks without HVAC systems, air filtration. We're not delivering for our students. We're not delivering for Brenda.
I wanted to ask you about this before we hit the break. You tout your role as an unelected official in a field that's full of city councilors and whatever, saying that they haven't managed to solve, for example, this problem, the city's drug and homeless problem. So give me specifics on what you would do that hasn't been done, tried, or proposed.
Yeah, I think it's important to recognize that we have elected officials in office that not only they haven't been able to solve this problem, the problem has gotten worse under their watch. We have more tragedy, we have more violence, we have more death en masse and caste. This is a problem. It's disorganized. We haven't been able to manage the situation we have. I've called for three things. First, we need to have just one?
No, go ahead. Number one is?
Number one is immediate intervention with a 24-hour multidisciplinary team that gets on the ground, meets John where he is and says, John, what do you need?
Yeah.
Detox bed? We're going to give it to you. Oh, no, John, the detox bed didn't work. You need a detox bed with a mental health component, dual diagnosis. We'll get you that. We've got to be on the ground helping these people. They need our help. Two, we need to decentralize the services. All of our methadone clinics, all of our shelters are all in the same place, and it's overflowing into the street. In my neighborhood, when I go by with my children, I've got to explain to them why there are people shooting up in the middle of the street, why they're using bathroom in the middle of the street. It doesn't work. We've got to talk to the state and other cities and towns around us. It's a regional issue. 67% of the people on the streets are not from Boston. And then finally, we've got to build a bridge to Long Island. We need a full continuous care campus on Long Island that puts people in a safe place, gives them the services they need. These people are looking for us to be able to provide services so they can get better and get their lives back on track.